Amanda, what time do you plan on coming home today? It's taking you way too long. You're still not done with work? Or are you just slacking off?
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm already finished at work, but I'm just doing a little shopping now. I should be home after about another hour. I'm sorry for making you wait.
It's gonna take you that long? What could you possibly be doing that would take you all that time?
It's because I had to go to the next town to get Ryan's suits dry cleaned. There weren't any places available closer to my job. I'll definitely be back in time for dinner. Don't worry, I should be done soon.
Do you really think I'll be able to forgive you for using my son's name? You should know better than that.
Huh? What was I supposed to say? I only said it because I needed to use it.
Refer to him as my husband only. It shows your understanding of the hierarchy in the family. Even though I let you live under the same roof as me, you're incredibly full of yourself. You need to learn some humility. You leave me to take care of the house while you go out shopping as you please.
I'm really sorry. Once I finish up, I'm heading straight home and we'll be back by dinner. Oh, if it's okay, I'd like you to let me stop by the supermarket for a second. It won't take too long.
The supermarket? Why do you need to go to a supermarket? What else could you need to buy? If it's for food, didn't you already buy some yesterday? The kitchen is full of food right now.
Actually, there was something I forgot to buy.
You're really careless, aren't you? Can't even buy groceries properly.
I'm sorry.
Listen, it's fine if you want to waste your own time being careless and late for dinner. However, David and I aren't waiting for you. We're eating dinner at 6 p.m. Are you saying you guys can't make it at least by that time? At the very least, send Ryan to come eat with us while you do whatever you need to.
Don't worry, we won't make you wait for us. I'm certain we'll make it in time.
You better. Ryan doesn't need to starve because of you. Speaking of which, what is the plan for all this wasted food?
Huh? Which wasted food are you referring to? I was careful not to waste any. I thought that I might be home late, so I made sure to keep the meat in the freezer.
Did you see what you did with it? I'm looking at it right now, and I'm saying to you, it is a waste. I looked in the freezer just now, but it's just meat in a bag. It took absolutely no effort. Isn't the next step of cooking it a simple thing to do? This looks like lazy preparation to me.
Well, that is true, but even though it's quick to cook, I promise that it makes for a very delicious meal. You will enjoy it a great deal. My mom and dad said in the past that it was really good, so I wanted to try making it again. It's a very nostalgic meal for me.
Seriously, you're really saying that to me? Why should I care about some plain meal you used to eat in the past? Are you seriously trying to make me eat such a simple and boring dish? This is a family dinner, not a food pantry.
I just thought it might be something you would enjoy. I'm sorry.
Is that the only thing you know how to say? You're just saying I'm sorry, but you never actually learn, do you? Well, I guess your mother never taught you how to make a real meal that would satisfy someone.
Please don't say things like that about my family. My parents have nothing to do with this.
But you have no idea what you're supposed to be doing in the kitchen. You can't even make a dish that requires actual skill to make, can you? I guess since your mother was busy all the time, she never had the time to cook any meals for you like she was supposed to. You must have been hungry a lot when you were a child, weren't you? All alone at home with your stomach aching. That explains why you don't know how to cook. You were a starving child. Now it makes sense.
No, that's not it. My mother did whatever she had to in order to keep me fed. Whenever she was free from work, she cooked many different meals for me and made them very well.
You know the food that you just throw in the microwave or junk food isn't good for your hair, right? You need proper nutrients or else it'll end up looking, well, like yours. I'm just saying that a family with only a mother and child won't have any time for each other. Even if I say that, I guess you believe that if you throw some vegetables into a frying pan, that counts as cooking, huh?
I think you're oversimplifying what I do to cook.
I don't believe I am. I've experienced firsthand what you're capable of. Or should I say incapable of? It's not just cooking. You have no idea how to clean either. It's as if you've never held a broom or duster before in your life. How are you supposed to be a good wife for my son? If I were your husband, I'd find it impossible for me to live with you.
I'm sorry, but I really am doing the best I can. My mother would normally encourage me to improve little by little. She said that the best way to improve is to take small steps toward your goals.
But these are things that you should have already learned from her. She did a terrible job teaching you. That's why I'm telling you these things now. Well, I don't have nearly enough time to teach you how to be a responsible adult. Amanda, what did you do with our food for lunch? I don't see it anywhere. Where is it?
Huh? Your lunch? You wanted me to make lunch for you today?
Don't tell me you didn't prepare it for us. We just talked about this the other day. How could you possibly forget that? What about Ryan? He needs to go on a trip today. Did you forget about that too?
I'm sorry, I thought that you didn't need me to make it.
Honestly, it amazes me how incredibly brainless you can be. You don't seem to think at all. If you think you can act as if no one else lives here, apologize for it, and everyone will forgive you, then you're painfully mistaken. We're allowing you to live in our home. The least you can do while living here is make lunch for us. What is wrong with you?
I'm genuinely not saying this as an excuse, but David said that he didn't need me to cook anything today and that all he wanted was a pizza, so I thought that you were all eating the same thing. It doesn't take any time to make either, and it's really good. I'm sure you'd all enjoy it.
Wow, you're really naive, aren't you? You don't seem to understand anything about how life works. You think that just because you managed to drag my husband to your side, now you can ignore what I'm saying.
No, I don't think that at all. I would never think that.
You took my son away from me, and now you want to try and use my husband against me too. I guess as a child with a single mother, you've gotten really good at flattering men into giving you whatever you want. Your mother got through her life doing the same thing, didn't she? Well, it's not like she really had a choice. If you don't, you'll end up stuck raising a child all by yourself.
That's not true. My mother worked extremely hard to take care of me. If you want to make fun of me, that's fine, but please don't insult my mother. I won't allow that.
Insult? How exactly do you think I insulted her? I'm just saying it how it is. I wasn't really trying to insult her in any way. It's a talent that requires a lot of practice. You should take it as a compliment. Besides, flattering men for money is very admirable work, isn't it? You can make a decent living doing jobs like that, and the tips are great.
That's not what I meant. I just feel as if what you're saying is meant to be malicious towards her.
And I'm saying there's no reason for you to feel like that. You're clearly overthinking it. Oh, 1 second, I got a text from my son. He said that I shouldn't get too angry at you. Why would he say that? Did you say something to him? Let me guess, you cried to him already about what I said to you. You really are a woman who needs a man to save you, aren't you? Can't do anything by yourself, huh?
No, it's because Ryan overheard what we were saying.
Huh? Are you trying to say you don't need a man? Do you think you're too good to have a man to save you? You know, you seem to have no respect for me, and you're really starting to piss me off. Even though I'm letting you live here out of the kindness of my heart, you still have the nerve to get angry at me for my advice when you don't even know how to live as a proper wife.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Hurry up and leave then, since you want to stay as the pathetic damn wife that you are. You can't wait till you go back to wherever your mother is living, but she was dumped by her man and left with a daughter she had to care for all by herself. Is that really the kind of lonely life you want to go back to?
That's not what happened. It's more complicated than that, but she was the one who divorced my father.
Doesn't really make a difference. Isn't it the same either way? She probably did something that made her have to divorce him first in order to hide it. For instance, if she's the one who cheated on him, it doesn't matter who divorced who. She would still be the one to blame for the breakup. I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually what happened. After all, she knows how to toy with men however she pleases.
Please stop. Don't talk about my mother like that. I don't want to hear that.
What are you gonna do? You gonna tell on me to my son?
No, I'm not, but you're taking it too far now. I'm very grateful to you for taking care of me, but if you say anything more about my mother, I won't stay quiet anymore.
Oh, scary. What could you, a poorly raised daughter with a single mother, possibly do that would scare me? You should remember who you're talking to and whose house you're living in. If you try to take that kind of attitude with me, I'll have to teach you a lesson you'll never forget. You better know what it means to oppose me. Amanda, are you done at your job yet? Or did you forget to do something else again?
No, I'm finished. I'm on my way home right now.
Well, no need to rush. I don't need you to make dinner for me today. My wonderful David suddenly decided to give me tickets to the opera as a present, which is why I haven't been home.
Is that so? I understand. I hope you're enjoying your trip.
Hey, do you know why he did that?
No, I'm not sure. I only knew that you haven't been around for a while.
He's been telling me all about how horrible of a wife you've been this week. Well, that's nothing new to me. But do you know what the best part is? He told me that he'd finally kick you the hell out for me. He said he'll do it while I'm enjoying this much-needed vacation.
What? He said that?
That's right. He promised that after he kicked you out of the house, we'd finally be able to live together as a family without you getting in the way. That's too bad. Seems like he cares much more about his wonderful, loving wife than some random broad that Ryan chose to marry. That's what it means to be husband and wife. He'll always choose me before anyone else.
I guess so.
Well then, since you're going home, you should start packing your bag so you're ready beforehand. Hurry up and go back to your pathetic family. We don't need you here anymore. I'm sure that if my son also tells your father as well, he'll be sure to listen to him. I know I can convince him too. After all, there's no way he'd take the side of someone he's only been dating for a few years.
That's not true. Ryan and I swore that we would be together for the rest of our lives. There's no way he would break that.
Don't you think there are couples out there who swore the same thing and still broke up? Nothing's set in stone, especially for a relationship like yours that is bound to fail. How is that any different from your parents? I mean, didn't your mother get divorced?
She did, but it's not the same. Ryan is not like who my father was. He loves me and cares for me deeply.
Well, it doesn't matter to me either way. As long as things go how they're supposed to, I'll be happy. Once I come home, you won't be there anymore, and I'll finally have my family back. That fact alone is enough for me.
Mom, I don't understand what I've done to you. Do you really hate me that much?
Of course I do. But anyone would hate you considering you're such a bad daughter-in-law and horrible person. I can't bring myself to like anything about you. You don't cook the way a proper wife is supposed to. You can't do chores either, and you were raised by a single mother. The only reason I even decided to take you in was because you're married to my son and he pities you. You don't even deserve to be married to anyone, let alone my son. He's wasted on someone like you.
Is that so? I see. Well, I think I understand your feelings well enough. You've made them perfectly clear. You won't have to worry about me anymore. I'll leave without any complaints.
Really? Finally, I'm so glad. With this, I'll be able to fully enjoy the wonders of the opera without this weighing down on me. I know that it's only been a short time, but living with you was really exhausting. With the hope that I'll never have to meet you ever again, I wish you the best. Honey, are you home? For some reason, the key to the front door isn't working. Could you open it from the inside for me?
What? Why should I do that?
Why? What are you saying? Maybe because I can't get in?
Let me ask you something first. Is the horrible woman finally gone?
Yes, but isn't it strange that I'm the only one who can't open the door? Did I grab the wrong key or something? Don't tell me. You changed the lock so she wouldn't be able to come back, didn't you? That's good thinking, but that's jumping the gun, don't you think? I haven't even had time to get the spare keys yet.
No, this is perfect.
Huh, what are you talking about? How exactly is this perfect? Honey, open the door! I already told you that I drove out that horrible woman, so why are you keeping me out?
Exactly that. The horrible woman is finally gone, aka you.
Huh? I don't understand.
No matter how you think about it, the only horrible woman here is you.
What are you... How am I a horrible woman? Well then, what is Amanda then?
She's in here where she's welcome. We're making dinner together right now. We'll be eating soon.
Are you serious? You're choosing that woman over me. Honey, what do you think you're doing?
Me? What are you doing? Ryan and Amanda said that they're building a house, but you proposed that until they finish, they should live with us, didn't you? That's what you said. This was all your plan to begin with.
That's right. I was the one who proposed that idea to them. I thought it would help them save money that way, since they wouldn't have to get a temporary apartment. I was kindly living together with them, being a good mother.
Well then, why did you treat Amanda like a slave? You've been constantly talking down to her and working her to the bone. No one can get used to living that way. You should be kinder to her.
As her mother-in-law, I have to discipline her. It's my job to teach her how to be a proper wife, so that she can support my son from here on out. She needed to learn as soon as possible. I was teaching her many different things that she didn't learn already.
The way I see it, you're the one who needs discipline. Also, Amanda has been doing enough cleaning lately. All you were doing is just nitpicking and giving Amanda a hard time.
Honey, that's so cruel. You really think that way of me?
With the horrible way you've been acting, that's the only way I could possibly think about it. Recently, haven't you even begun to say things about Amanda's mother?
Amanda snitched on me, huh?
In case you didn't know, Ryan can see Amanda's phone whenever he wants to. He recently said that things haven't been good between you two. You've been belittling her on a regular basis. Amanda has been bearing with it for a long time. Even though you were right in front of us, you were acting so cruelly. But to say those kinds of things where we couldn't see it? That's truly pathetic. Aren't you embarrassed of yourself?
But I was only thinking of Ryan. Amanda has grown to have such terrible character, but I try to connect with her and do what I can to make her into a good wife.
She's already connected well with Ryan. They communicate well with each other and they're happy. Isn't that enough? What else could you possibly need from her? What's not enough for you?
There are a lot of things that aren't enough from my perspective.
Even if that's the case, you still said such horrible things to her. When Amanda started living here with us, who do you think was doing the chores? I was doing the cooking, and you only had to do the side dishes. I was the one who was cleaning your messy room. I picked up the majority of your slack in the house. Do you really think you're in a position to talk?
I've been doing that kind of thing for the 30 years we've been together.
After we got married, you stopped doing those things right away, and I still don't know why. Well, I don't intend on blaming you for that. However, you must understand that you are in no position to talk to Amanda like that.
I'm sorry. I felt like Amanda was taking Ryan away from me. I didn't want to lose my son, so I thought I should become more strict with her.
I'm not the one you should be apologizing to.
I'll apologize to Amanda too. As soon as I see her again, I will. So please, let me into the house.
No, you can stay out there.
Why?
Why should Amanda, who's been doing her best since she came here, have to meet with the person who's been mistreating her this whole time? On top of that, you blocked Amanda's number on your phone.
I can't do an apology directly.
It's Amanda.
Amanda, please listen to me. I'm truly sorry. I didn't think things would end up like this.
You told me that I was unwelcome and that I should just leave, though.
I apologize for hurting you. Could you find it in your heart to forgive me? If you can, could you convince my husband and Ryan to do the same?
I forgive the things you've done to me up until now. The insults and mistreatment toward me are all things I can get over. However, I'll never forgive you for insulting my mother for the rest of my life.
I'll apologize to your mother too, if you want me to.
No, there's no need for that. I don't want you to meet with her.
Don't say something so cold. I promise that I'll be kinder to you from now on. I'll share the chores with you and I'll change myself for the better.
No, I just meant that this doesn't need to concern my mother. I said that it's fine if Ryan or David, even you, don't think of me as family.
Please, don't say that anymore. I want you to stop that. I've truly changed my mind. I won't talk about you like that anymore.
I don't believe you've changed your mind. I think you're saying what you think I want to hear. You're just upset that you're the one who's been kicked out of the house, aren't you?
No, that's not it. I said some horrible things. I finally understand that.
You've been treating me this way up until yesterday. It's only been one day. Can someone really change in such a short time? You said before that you weren't a bad person, so why would you feel the need to change?
I didn't mean that. I said that lie to protect myself. I was too scared to admit how wrong I was. Amanda, I'll do anything if you forgive me. So please, let me into the house.
Well, there's only one way I would consider allowing you to come back into the house, but I don't think you'll like it.
What is it? I'll do anything I can, whatever you say.
Until we finish building our house, go live with my stepfather's family in the countryside. His wife has already given you permission, so you can leave right now if you want.
What? Are you kidding me? You're seriously making me live out in the sticks.
That's the condition. Will you do it or not?
Hold on, wait a minute. Don't you think you're asking too much? I can't live in that kind of environment.
It's fine if you don't want to do it. That's your choice. But if you don't, David said he won't let you into the house.
It's impossible for me to go live there at this hour. I have no way of getting there. On top of that, I really don't want to go out to the country. Please, can't you think of anything else?
That's the only way that you can convince me that you've really changed.
Amanda, I really am sorry. Please forgive me. I realize the bad things I've done.
Well, I know that no matter how you look at it, you won't be able to meet with them at this time. It's fine if you don't want to live with them. I understand. You can just find an apartment or a motel where you can live by yourself. Or you can live with my father, but please make a decision. It's up to you. Well then, goodbye. Take care. There was no place for Viola to live, and she ended up living with Amanda's stepfather after all. During her time there, she was woken up early every day to help with the farm work. Harvesting crops, tending to the animals, gathering milk and eggs, things like that. She's never lived like this before, so it seems that she had a hard time keeping up with her new lifestyle. Additionally, because she hates insects, she was unable to live in their older house in the countryside due to various bugs getting in, and she called her husband every day saying she wanted to come home. Of course, he wouldn't allow her to come home, but believed that once the house was finished being built after a few months, she should be thoroughly cleansed of her issues. With my mother-in-law not in the house, I was able to live very peacefully there. Since my husband and father-in-law were always willing to do the chores, everyone worked together and we enjoyed our life together without any problems. Also, once my mother-in-law was done with her living experience, she returned home, but couldn't hold herself back. She made cruel objections, and it wasn't long before she got kicked out for good. Now she's the single mother struggling. Karma sure is a you-know-what.